Blue Kool-Aid drinkers! We are back, baby. We are back. We are better than ever. Getting ready for this epic matchup coming up on the Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central, kickoff in Detroit against the perennial and the favorite for MVP, Josh Allen. He's coming into Detroit, but he doesn't know what's coming at him. And we're going to be talking about everything on that game, giving our predictions. If you're on YouTube, UJ's holding up some sort of
it's the Hawaiian god
voodoo doll. Okay, so we're going to be doing all that fun stuff on this pod, of course, and talking about what we know about the injuries thus far. But before we do, let's introduce the Blue Kool-Aid crew that is here. We have UJ.
Hello, Lions fans.
Bob.
Hello, everybody.
And then Red Dog just walked away for him, so he'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll do your Red Dogs. Yo!
There you go.
How was that?
Good job.
All right, so let's dive into this week. So before we even get into the game, we have to talk about these injuries.
Yeah.
So Lee McNeil's on the concussion protocol. We're recording this on December 10th at 9:30 p.m. So, there's going to be a lot. When you hear this, you'll probably have a little more information than what we have currently. But Lee McNeil in concussion protocol, although it's looking, Dan Campbell's optimistic about his return soon. So I'm not sure. It's nice to have the 10-day rest here for some of these guys to have a little more time to heal up. Pascal looks like he has a pretty good shot of returning this week as well. He's a little ahead of Mruzurike, it seems, on the according to the reports. But Mruzurike has an outside shot at playing this week as well. Decker, it sounds like he has a really good chance of returning this week too, which is nice. But if he needs to take an extra week, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, he's better than Dan Skipper, but Dan Skipper has honestly done a very commendable job at left tackle.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think, so we all agree on that notion. The other ones I see here, is there any other notable? I mean, DJ Reader, it's unclear where he's at right now. So it's not serious injury, but also it could be a few weeks. And like I said, since the beginning of the season, just get DJ Reader healthy to the playoffs.
Yeah.
If he's got to sit a couple weeks here, so be it.
We're getting
Iffy
close to that point with
Melifonwu,
everybody.
no clue. He has a finger injury. I'm not sure why they put him on the IR.
He's a mystery, that guy.
I just don't know how you have a finger injury that puts you on the IR. I mean, Carlton Davis broke his hand. He's out there with a club on his hand.
It happened to Ragnow, didn't it? Was the finger injury?
Well,
Was that Ragnow?
Well,
Or
you
was
got to
that-
snap a football, so I don't know.
Not
You
this-
got-
Yeah, that's slightly different at least.
but that's also two different situations. Ragnow is your number one top dude. You don't have even close. If he can take his time to heal, you got Branch and Kirby back there, and even honestly Brandon Joseph for that matter. If he and you protect him, you got to open up roster spots this time of year. We're getting banged up, so I think that just makes sense. You toss him back on IR at that point, especially if we can activate him for the playoffs potentially.
So let's go through the rest of the injuries, the IR ones, in case you're unaware. Alex Anzalone is still on track to return by the end of the season, the regular season, that is. Definitely the playoffs. Khalif Raymond as well. Looks like he's on track, so no setbacks there. Derek Barnes, you never know. Probably a very, very small chance. Jalen Reeves-Maben, this is Dan McCampbell's quote. It's just going slow right now, but he's getting better. He doesn't really know where he could be. There's a chance we get him a few weeks. There's a chance we don't. So that doesn't really say anything.
Campbell's
If
good
we
at
get
that,
all our-
He is.
Yeah.
If we get a good chunk of our guys back, there's gonna be like a suite of all like the saddest guys in the room at like the Super Bowl, like all these guys we had to cut after this stretch of these little heroes that have popped up because they've platooned and covered
Right.
down.
We'll give him a Super Bowl ring at the very least.
That's true. You'll get them a Super Bowl ring.
John Kaminsky, still no update on him, really. The big update that happened this week was Hutch.
Oh, God.
It,
He's coming back, baby. It's
it
happening.
looks like the Lions are very optimistic he can be back by the NFC Championship potentially. or mildly optimistic. But that comes from Jay Glazer on the Fox Morning Show on Sunday. So I mean that would be incredible.
It would be incredible. I still
If
think
the Lions stay where they're at, that's 1 win away from getting him back in the fold here.
Yeah.
So
We gotta
I
have
miss
Hutch for
watching
the
him
Super
play
Bowl,
so
man.
much.
Same here.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's just such a bummer. Like my eye would always go towards him almost every single play. Iffy Melifonwu, no idea. I'm not sure why a finger injury is setting him back on the IR, like we were just talking about before we started this podcast.
Is Jack Campbell literally the
Yeah.
only like kind of remaining
He
starter in the
is
front seven?
The only one.
Like
Crazy.
The only
the
one.
hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Currently,
Yeah.
Aleem's probably coming back, and
Yeah, is he coming back for this game? Is that what I missed it the early?
It's
part.
possibly. And
He possibly can. Yeah.
it's looking optimistic. The Lions are optimistic he'll be able to come
Oh
back.
man, if he comes back, well, I mean,
I don't know how that big head gets a concussion though. That giant
he
noggin.
does have a big head. We squeeze
huge.
through that helmet. It's pretty amazing.
well, at least
It
if
is a
you
big
have
target,
him
I
in
guess.
anchor.
So that's everything with the Lions injuries. But now talking about our opponent, our upcoming opponent here, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, they are 10-3. They're battling for a 2 seed in the AFC. The Chiefs are up 2 games on them with 4 games to go. So not looking great for the Bills to get that. Now after the Lions, they have Patriots, Jets, and Patriots. So I mean, they probably win those last 3 games, but the Chiefs would have to fall off. So it's still not likely. But this is still a big game because the Steelers are right there for them, so they're going to be going all out. Josh Allen is the heavy favorite right now to win MVP. He's a monster. He is a lot of fun to watch. He has 3,000 yards passing. He has 23 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, and that doesn't also include the 416 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns he has rushing. So,
Nice. Wow.
Not bad.
Crazy.
they are much more run heavy than they have been in the past. James Cook has 723 yards on the ground for them and 11 touchdowns. And they have an interesting mix of wide receivers. Khalil Shakir leads their team. He's a shifty, probably a little. He lines up outside more than Amon-Ra St. Brown, but Amon-Ra St. Brown-esque, like with the shiftiness and being able to find the right zone. Kincaid and Keon Coleman, their next 2 leading wide receivers, have been out for multiple weeks. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Matt Collins and recently signed Amari Cooper are their other notable wide receivers. On the defensive side, DeMar Hamlin is actually leading the team in tackles. Everybody probably knows that name now. Greg Rousseau and Ed Oliver are probably their 2 main pass rushers that the Lions need to be worried about this week. Taylor Rapp at safety, a pretty reliable veteran presence out there. AJ Epineza, the Iowa D end, who's been in the league for now 3 years about. And Von Miller, he's not quite what he once was, but every once in a while still an effective pass rusher. And the Bills just got back Matt Milano, who's actually one of the better linebackers in the league. So this is a Buffalo Bills team that can give up a lot of points, which I think bodes very well for the Lions. They give up the 4th most rushing yards in the league. They just got lit up by the Rams, give 44 points on the turf in L.A. Matt Stafford went off 23 of 30, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. Puka himself, 162 yards. Anyways, let's go around here really quick.
Their running back have?
What did Kyron Williams?
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, I just hit it up here. 16 carry. Oh no, 29 carries for 87 yards. Blake Corum for 34, and Puka had 5 carries in that game as well for 16
That's
yards.
good.
So actually, one of the better run defenses by them, but it hasn't been great. But they're 10-3, and they've been winning a lot of these games. So, anyways, I'll go around really quick. UJ, how do you think the Lions stack up here against the Bills?
I think offensively we stand up very well against them. Our offensive line should have a field day with the Buffalo line. I think they'll be great. Our offense, I think, should really do well. Our run game should do well, which will add to our passing game. I just think that we're going to score a lot of points in this game. I really do. The problem being that Buffalo's probably going to score a lot of points too. But I think all things being equal, I think our defense is still better than their defense. So, if you're lining them, I think we'll have that one or two extra stops that they won't have, and we're going to win this game. And Josh Allen is going to be a load, man. There's no doubt about it. But I say Josh Allen, meet Jack Campbell. I think he's going to be in your nightmares after this game. So I think Campbell's really going to be a difference maker in this game, and as well as our secondary. They're going to get some points, though. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I think we're going to come out ahead in the end.
Red Dog.
I don't necessarily agree with you, Jay, but maybe I'm the delusional one, but I think our defense is going to hold up just fine. And we're not doing predictions yet. We're just talking about matchups and stuff.
Yeah,
Correct.
I am intrigued to see how we handle Josh Allen and what that looks like. Because, I don't know. We've had some pretty good quarterbacks come through here, I feel like, and we've handled them pretty well. But I don't know if you could say any of them are quite on his level. But I don't know. I think that's probably the matchup of the game because I think our offense handles the business. And I think what we can do to stop Josh Allen and that offense will be determined, a lot of how this game goes.
All right, Bob.
Yeah, kind of what you guys are saying. I'm expecting a lot of points in this game. I don't know what the over is on this one.
what is the over in this one?
I'll pull it up in a second.
I saw the line.
The over-under is 53.5. The Lions are 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I saw it was down to 1.5.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
So we're almost not even favorites.
I thought it opened at 2.5 and then went to 1.5. But either way, it's basically a pick'em game. They're the home team. We are favored, but by very little. So it should be a good brawl out there. But I like the Lions' chances, especially at home. And I know Josh Allen's a hot story in the NFL, but the Lions are also a hot story for a good reason because they're a damn good team. So it's gonna be a fun one to watch.
I would love to watch Jared Goff throw for 5 touchdowns and Josh Allen throw for 2 picks, and Jared Goff kind of edge his way into the MVP conversation this week.
That'd be awesome. That would be and I think protecting the ball is going to be big this week. Because you got to score on these possessions and stop them if you can. But if you can limit their possessions by getting a turnover, pick, or a fumble recovery, that would be huge. And just protect the ball from our side. So I think that'll be a big thing.
You are right. The line is dropped to 1.5. So there you go. The ESPN website is incorrect.
Yeah,
and the over-under is 54.5 now. It's jumped up a point as well.
Yeah, I'd take
what was the spread? What was it?
Lions are 1.5-point favorites. Over-under is 54.5.
At home, that's basically almost like saying the Bills are slightly favored, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
They're wow. It's got to be our defense that's getting
no respect.
No,
to me, that's where it's going to come. Everyone's going to sleep on our defense, and they're going to keep doing what they've done all season, which was show up and get us dubs. I think people overestimate there's too many. I think just like the way this organization runs kind of creates like a force multiplier. This is a true complete team. We're not like just a defense and offense and a special teams. This is a complete unit under Dan Campbell that works together, that supports each other in every way. And I just don't it doesn't matter which, we still got to have some of our guys, but they're all our guys. It don't matter. This defense is going to keep showing up. Did it seem to matter when Hutch went down? Because I was thinking, oh God, what's this going to look like? Oh wait, we just dominated the next opponent. Oh, Anzalone's out. Oh, no. Oh, that didn't seem to matter. We dropped Pascal, Levi, Aleem, Reeder. We still win. When are you guys going to choose to just say, we win? It don't matter. Not you guys. I know you guys are in on this. There's just some people. It's like we just gonna take care of business. This is a championship team, baby.
I think the biggest key is keeping Allen in the pocket, make him beat you with his arm over his legs. 82 yards last week. He's averaging over a little over 50 yards a game in the last 4 weeks. So he's really turning on the Jets coming down the home stretch here. as he's trying to shore up that MVP and thing. So, I mean, the man is a beast. He is not easy to take down by any means. 240 pounds, 6'5", and built like a tank. So it is not an easy man to bring down. But the Lions have been much better with mobile quarterbacks this year than they have been in the past.
Yep.
So,
we have a lot of faith. But let's jump into it now. Let's get into our ever famous predictions. So, of course, we have our 2 prediction segments. The first one is our Roar of the Week, the Lions player or coach that you think will have the biggest impact overall on the game, not necessarily the best stats. Then, of course, our predictions for the upcoming game with the score and all that good stuff. Bruce, Kid J, are you here? I just want to make sure you're here before I call on you later in the segment. If not, then I assume you're not here.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, there we go. Okay,
All
so
right.
let's go around the horn. Let's start it off with Rud Dog. Who's your Roar of the Week?
Oh, God, I wonder
any
who
more
this is
of
going to
that?
be.
And Jameer Gibbs. Oh, God, I can't stop. Can't help myself. It's Ja, baby. And this is like a not a great defense against the run. I don't know. This man, like, okay, I was kind of on him at the beginning of the season saying, you know, Monty was the better back out of the gate, which he was. But, like, Jameer Gibbs has over 1,000 yards already on the ground alone. Like, we haven't had a running back even do that in a full season outside of, like, who was it? Reggie Bush?
Last year.
Like, and he's got a handcuff and,
Oh,
yeah,
and
last year.
David
Jamal
Montgomery.
Williams last year.
Oh yeah, and he got 1,030 in a full season. Like, he's got 4 games left. This dude is just too unreal. I think.
Yeah, fourth in the NFL in rushing.
Like
Yep.
fourth with David Montgomery. Is that not just elite? Like, I just think he's gonna feast and get a couple tutties, one on the ground, one through the air, and a couple 100 yards. Jameer Gibbs.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go,
Roar.
Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs is my roar.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, Bob.
All right. Well, this game will be interesting. The X factor is I think they're going to wear the black uniforms.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
right. I
Black
think
uniforms.
they are.
And,
Yeah.
you know, they're going to feel it all sexy out there, you know, and a big audience. They're going to feel really good about themselves.
So the uniforms
And,
is your roar?
No. I'm getting to my roar. I'm just saying that's going to,
It's a uniform designer.
Just to piss
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
you, J. Roar.
yeah, it's going to piss off you, Jay. A lot of the old timers. But you know, I'm just kidding. But it will. But I'm not a big fan of black uniforms, but the players love them, and I think they play really good in them. And I think this big Josh Allen nonsense you're hearing about, he's a great player, sure, but Jared Goff is going to outduel him this week.
Yes.
Jared Goff, he's going to throw for over 300 yards, several touchdowns.
No.
He's probably going to run one in too, you know. So he's going to, Josh Allen can run him in. I can run him in as well. So I think it's going to be a big game from Jared Goff this week. He is my roar of the week.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, you, Jay.
Okay, I want to build up some suspense here. Oh, yeah.
It's a
Yeah, you
round of
heard that.
intense.
That was suspense builder. Anyway, so my roar of the week. Well, I'm going defense
Talk
on this
about that
one
one.
because this guy at some point is going to make the play that wins the game or seals the game for him, or he might make a couple of them. Stopping Josh Allen, Superman, they're calling him now on ESPN and everywhere else. They're calling this guy Superman. He's not Superman. He's just a human being. Jack Campbell is going to meet this guy several times in this game, and Josh Allen is going to remember it. And I think Jack Campbell is going to be the biggest difference maker in this game. In a high-scoring game where a couple key stops matter the most, our team is going to do it, and Jack Campbell is going to be the catalyst for this whole thing. Jack Campbell, and I'm not saying he's going to get a pick or this, that, but I think he's going to make like a huge stop to prevent a first down, something that's going to just be a key to winning this game. So Jack Campbell is my roar of the week. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good one. Good one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kid Jay.
You, Jay, I happen to agree with you about your roar of the week. I think Campbell's going to have a lot of responsibility in this game. Not only captaining the defense, but also spying on Josh Allen and make sure he does not go too far out of the pocket, because all those defensive linemen might not be able to contain him. So when he crosses the line of scrimmage, Campbell has to meet him there. So I think because of that, I think he will be my roar of the week.
Ooh, Kid J, we're on the
Good
same
one.
wavelength, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Mhm.
All right, so I do think that Ali McNeil will be returning this week, and with that said, I think he is an important piece. Bringing pressure up the middle is key this week. Not running past your guy either. I really want to go Campbell. I really want to go Goff, but I have to go with Ali McNeil. I think he gets at least one sack here, and he's not probably going to show up in the stat book as much. But is maintaining your pass rush lane. And keeping Josh Allen in the pocket, I think, is essential to victory this week. So Lee McNeil, assuming he plays, is my roar of the week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. Nice.
All righty. So now let's move on to our last and final segment. That, of course, is our ever famous predictions.
Oh yeah.
Lions. This is a 1 o'clock. Wait, no, this is not. Hold on. What am I saying? I said it earlier and I was incorrect. This is actually a 3:25 Central, 4:25 Eastern kickoff in Detroit. It's the national game of the week on CBS. So you got Jim Nantz and Tony Romo announcing this game. 1.5 point favorites. Lions are 54.5 is the current over under. And I want to throw this over to Bob. What is your prediction?
All right. Well, what I have to do is try to outwit UJ. Our predictions have been really close every week.
I know,
But,
I know.
this is going to be a good one. Like I
Can't wait
said,
to see what you say.
Josh Allen's, he's playing really well. I'm looking at his bio here, UJ. It says he went to Wyoming and his birthplace is Krypton.
Ooh, Krypton.
So he might not be Superman, but he's from Krypton apparently. No, I'm just
Ooh.
but the Lions have the answer. They got the kryptonite to stop this guy. I think that they're gonna have it. The defense is gonna have to come up big, and they will. They're gonna put on pressure on him. He's gonna pop a few runs, whatever. He'll get off a couple big passes. So what? Our offense is gonna be balling this week. They're gonna feeling it. They know if they just keep winning their games, they can control their own destiny. So they're gonna keep doing that. I think it's going to be a good balanced attack, good run game. Like I said, the Bills' defense on the run defense is not that great. So I look for Gibbs and Monty to both get good games. Goff's going to go off. He's got the J-Mo touchdown. And I see this as a big scoring game. Lions are going to win it, though, by more than the spread. It's going to be 41-31 Detroit Lions.
Whoa!
So people can relax after this game and just feel good about the Lions.
Man.
41-31 Lions is my prediction.
Man,
The fireworks are going off in Detroit this week.
yeah.
Love it.
Holy cow.
So UJ, Bob mentioned that the Lions
know.
might be wearing the black uniforms this week. Just remember, the Lions are averaging 42 points per game with the black uniforms. That was one game, but still.
It's funny you say that because it's my turn now, right? You're going to
Yeah.
lead up to that.
Yeah. Do we get
Okay.
suspension?
Yeah.
Suspense?
I'm so
Ooh, yeah.
tense.
Anyway, Bob.
It's like watching Inception, or like the
Yeah.
end of some
Anyway.
tense thriller.
Everybody get
Whoa,
on board
whoa,
the train
whoa.
to go to New Orleans. Woo, come on. Anyway, Bob.
What other gadgets you got on the desk?
Here, Bob. What
Don't
was your score
encourage
again? What was your
41-31
Mine was
Lions.
42-35.
Oh,
my God.
42-35.
You
And
guys
then
need to
see,
stop
when I
wow.
said,
thinking.
what was this? You said 42 points.
they had 42 points the last time they wore the black uniforms against Seattle.
Well, they're going to do it again. 42-35. It's going to be a well-rounded offensive performance. We're going to score at least 2 touchdowns rushing, 2 touchdowns passing. And then I don't know how we're going to score the other touchdowns. It's not going to matter. We're going to score a lot of touchdowns. The offense is going to be great in this game. But the difference maker in this game is going to be the defense. And our defense is going to outperform their defense. And, in a high-scoring game, sometimes you'll look at a stat and you'll say, the defense let up 35 points. Well, they had a horrible game. Well, that's not necessarily true. You got to look at the game. So in a high-scoring game, they have that one extra stop that the other team doesn't have. That's a difference maker. I said stop, didn't I? And anyway, I used the German inflection there. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have that one extra stop, maybe two extra stops or stops, and Campbell's gonna be the key, as I said before. And yeah, it's gonna be a wild affair. Z, you're gonna be having heart attacks left and right. We should keep the. You should have one of those. You should have one of those buttons that calls 911, like if you fall or something like that. You need one of those buttons on you, because it's gonna be a tense game. But in the end, we're gonna come through. Our defense is gonna make that one critical stop that we need to win this game. We're gonna pull it out. So anyway, it's gonna be an awesome game. Two great teams going at it. Lions 42, Buffalo Bills 35. And then what hey, I just got a question though. Buffalo Bills. They're the Buffalo Bills, and they got Buffalo in their helmet. Like, why are they just the Buffaloes? What are the Bills? Or like a bill is like a duck bill, or is it like Buffalo Bill the guy? The name Buffalo Bill. They're Bill, but he's like a plural. I mean, but he's just a guy.
This is for you to tell us. You're right,
Buffalo
UJ.
Bill.
I'll leave this up to you
Not
to figure
Bills, plural.
Yeah.
So
it could be bills that they owe
questions.
to the, they owe money.
Or they owe
Bills.
bills. It could be
Bills
that.
are horrifying things.
It could be that. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. And no one ever questions these things. I think sometimes
We got a real Joe Rogan here.
we need to question things sometimes. That's my only point. So anyway,
UJ's deep in the Kool-Aid tonight. Deep in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, we're gonna win. That's my prediction. Oh yeah.
Right. There you go. Beautiful.
All right.
42-35. All right, that's 2 for the Lions.
Yeah, baby.
Rud Dog, let's over to you.
Yo, what'd you say the over-under was again? The over would be 50.
54.5.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of scoring.
Mhm.
And all the storylines this week, I think like the disrespect of not even giving us our 3 points in the betting line is just gonna set a tone. I think this team, this whole hyped up Josh Allen train, what we're gonna see is the Josh Allen of old. We're gonna revert this man. We're gonna set him to his default setting, which is throw the ball to the other team. And I think our secondary is gonna feast this week. Not only do I not think he's going to have his great plays and score some, I don't think he's going to score anything. I think the Lions are going to be a merciful God and give the over all by themselves, 57-0. Domination. Detroit, both sides of the ball, through and through.
Oh.
Stamp on the league. We're the best team. And AFC can suck it. Send us the Chiefs. We took care of the Bills.
Rud Dog, I tried predicting what your prediction would be before you said it. I was really close.
Oh, you overestimated the Bills.
Oh man.
God damn. I'm going to do that every week until I get it right going forward.
That's awesome.
That's I love it. But we're going to get the over all by
I
ourselves.
thought you were going to give some respect to the Bills.
That's a great thing for
But
audio
guess
there,
what?
Z.
It's gonna come down to the last second. All the over betters
Holding up a sign.
It's gonna come down to a last second. All the over betters are gonna be sweating because it's gonna be a field goal that we take just for fun. That gives us the over, and that's how we win.
Oh, Lord.
Dominant fashion, baby. Best team in the NFL. No matter
That's a good
what.
point, Bob. Forgot about the listeners. I held up a sign predicting what Rud Dog's score would be before
That's
he
really
said it.
impressive.
I predicted 56-3. He said 57-0. I don't know how you give him 57, but there you go.
He is also.
I thought 8 touchdowns,
He's
but they must have gone for 2 at one point in the game.
Rud Dog's also a poster child for drinking too much Blue Kool-Aid. So
Hey, it seems to be pretty accurate lately. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so let's throw this over to producer Kid J.
Jay.
Good day.
These two teams are both at the tops of their conferences. Bills are the 2 seed right now. The Lions are the 1. Both these teams are as tough as nails. The Lions have been built through culture and toughness and just amazing grit. But you know what? The Bills are too. They play outdoors in upstate New York. They know how to play in conditions cold and warm in any sort of environment.
So all conditions.
And all conditions. And you know what also these two teams are? they're two of the most tortured franchises in
Ugh.
in American football. You know, the Buffalo Bills at one point went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, and you know what the Lions did last year? They were almost hopped on that. They almost hopped on that Super Bowl train, but they ripped up their ticket on the way to the gate.
Damn it! Why did they do that?
Whoa.
Wow.
So you know when you have two tough, tortured franchises like this, you just have to throw out the record books.
Oh,
There it is.
And because of that,
Oh,
you
whoa.
don't know what's going to happen. But I do think the Lions are going to win 38-34.
Oh.
All right.
It's going to be another
Nice.
shootout. I think the scoreboard's going to shoot off fireworks, and I think it's going to be a great game. But the Lions are going to come out on top 38-34.
All right.
All right.
That's my
beautiful.
prediction.
Kid J. All right, there you go. He's starting to lose his voice a little bit there, but he's still got it out. We appreciate the
Yes.
hustle, producer Kid J.
Nice visuals with that.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yes.
All right. So I also think this is going to be a high scoring affair, but I believe in our defense to slow down this Buffalo Bills team just enough. I think our offense steps up here. I think Goff gets 3 touchdown passes in this game, 1 rushing touchdown to Monty, actually. And I have the Lions winning. It'll still be a close one. I think the Bills will get the ball at the end, and the Lions will step up defensively. But I have the Lions winning 34-26.
Mm.
So I have us holding them down under
Low
30.
scoring affair.
And that is my prediction.
Wow.
So there you have it, listeners. All
How
5
are
of
all
us.
the touchdowns scored, Z? Go.
How are they scored?
All of them.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown twice, 1 to Laporta, then a Jake Bates 54-yard field goal, a Jake Bates 42-yard field goal,
Wow.
and then a Montgomery 7-yard touchdown run.
That's vivid.
Wait, that's 41 points.
That's vivid.
4 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
okay. Good job.
I said 24-26.
I'm not
So-
too good at math.
I just wanted to check, make sure you did your work. Okay.
There you go. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for us here in the pod. If you want to give your predictions, follow us on Instagram at Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid or Twitter/X at Drinking Lions. Let us know your thoughts, or leave a comment on our YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, give your prediction in the comments down below. If you want to subscribe to YouTube, that's at DTBK_Lions, or just type in Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid and subscribe. What else am I missing? Fansided, thank you for them. And of course, our producer, aforementioned producer, who, if you take all the other podcasters out there and try to compare it to Kid J, you just throw out the record book because he's the best one out there. And there's no doubt about it.
He is.
So we want to thank our producer, Kid J.
Wow, you went really
Crushing
low
it
on that
every-
one, Z. You went really low on that one.
All right, so let's wrap it up here. Thank you, and last but not least, of course, thank you to our listeners who we greatly appreciate. And we think you're going to have a really fun time watching this game on Sunday. And we'll be back early next week reacting to everything about that game.
A good Christmas present is subscribe to the podcast. You know, it's a great Christmas present.
Yeah.
Send them like a link on the morning and Christmas morning to the YouTube
what a
page.
great idea.
Yeah.
What a great
They'd be
idea.
like, wow.
That'd be
this
the
is
happiest
greatest
Christmas
discovery. Yeah. All
And
right.
bet on
So,
the over and the Lions to cover.
yeah.
And if you want to give us a present, give us a review on Apple and some 5-star reviews. Would be great.
Yes, Apple, Spotify, review
Yeah.
podcast.
We'll post our
Anywhere.
Venmo.
All right. So thank you everybody for listening. And last but not least, as always,
Go.